I'm Spencer Mazyck, and joining me now is lawyer turned consultant Nicole Valentine. She's the founder and president of Synergy Business Development, a New York-based business strategy company. Welcome, Nicole. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Spencer. How are you?
Good, doing well. So first, let's talk about Synergy. What services do you offer?
Well, I am a quarterback for entrepreneurs. I help entrepreneurs win their next big game through either a merger, an acquisition, or a joint venture. And I walk into the entrepreneur's space and I bring all of my experience and acumen to the table to get them down the field further towards their goals.
So when you say entrepreneurs, does that mean anybody? Who is the customer? Who exactly is the client here?
Well, I've been refining that because when I first started, everyone was my customer. I went to my network and I built my business by those kinds of introductions. And so I took on everything. I said, okay, if you're a 100 millionaire and you are building a beauty business, come talk to me. Mm-hmm. If you are an artist and you're looking to grow your base of clients, let's go to Art Basel together. So I took a more expansive view of consulting and of my clients. And now I'm refining it a bit more.
Okay.
I'm refining it to the space of 20 million to 100 million space, that space where that entrepreneur can make that transition to growth.
And it's interesting because when I think about consulting companies, I think about management consulting companies like Bain, BCG, and McKinsey. So how does your company differ from those companies?
It differs. I mean, those companies are serving and servicing the Fortune 500, and
Let's start there.
Yes, they're there. They're working with nations and advising presidents. I mean, that's what those management consultants do. I am a little more stealth in the marketplace. Mm-hmm. I am working with entrepreneurs that I meet at South by Southwest. I'm working with entrepreneurs that are in meetups and at venture capital incubators. I am just in a different pool of entrepreneurial space, and that there's a need there for consultants to advise at the early stages.
So I want to talk about your legal career because you were an M&A lawyer for 8 years. So before we get to that, though, can you finish this sentence? I went to law school because
I wanted to change the world.
Change the world, eh?
World changers, game changers. I mean, growing up, I looked towards the freedom fighters of our world, Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., and Mandela, and said, I want to be someone who makes an impact and changes the lives of others. Mm-hmm. And law seemed to be that vehicle to do so.
Well, so tell me then, why did you go to Debevoise after you graduated from law school? Was that your way of changing the world there?
Well, good question, because the path was I went to school in D.C. at American University, and the first class, one of the classes I took was a political science class to studying African nations, and the professor said, politics, the definition of politics is the distribution of resources. And then I went to law school, and at law school I took a corporations class.
At UVA Law School?
At UVA Law School. And in that setting, everything started connecting to me. I said, you know what? Companies are distributing resources. Companies have the capacity to make an impact. Companies are made up of people, of political people, bureaucracies and fiefdoms and little mini nations. And they have the ability to go out and benefit society. They have the ability to make an impact. And I said, that's the lane I'm going to go down.
So by working with companies, that was your way of being able to change the world, to have an effect in the world.
Over time, I mean, that's where I'm at in the soul searching of the journey.
Well, so you were at Debevoise for 4 years, and why did you leave? Why did you move on?
Wow. I had a good time there. you know the big firm life.
Which begs the question even more.
you know the big firm life. Big firm life is work hard, play hard, sleep under your desk if you have to, do everything to make sure the client gets to that place of execution and meets their goals. And that's was an amazing experience. But I saw further down the field for my career, and I saw myself being more influential with entrepreneurs in the early stages of their businesses and at an earlier time in their businesses. The M&A deal happens after the term sheets have already been drafted up and the vision has been created. And so I am working now with more visionaries, entrepreneurs at the visionary level, and helping them bring their vision to life.
Well, and so is that why you went to Cantor then? Because did you want in-house experience and other experience there? Why did you go there? Because that's where you went after Debevoise.
Yeah, exactly. I thought long and hard. I said, am I going to go to business school? How do I round out and get some more business acumen? And what I liked about Cantor Fitzgerald is it is a entrepreneurial playground. It is a place where, as a lawyer, the CEO really said, I want to have our lawyers stand next to our CEOs within our business divisions and bring the analysis to me and bring the recommendations to me. So I felt very good about the business and law that I was able to mesh while I was there.
So Nicole, your next step, I don't know if it's fairly common because you left in-house counsel to go back to practice. Can you tell me why did you do that?
Well, I started Synergy right after I left Cantor Fitzgerald, and I have a friend who was starting a law firm, and he said, why don't you come over and do some of counsel work with me while you're growing your business? And so it's always great to have multiple streams of income, and you leave the really big salary for making an investment in your business. I invested in Synergy and I continue to invest in it. And so I definitely thought strategically about how I was going to keep the lights on.
Well, so did you consider that it was a financial risk to be starting a company when you left the firm?
Yes, I did. It was a financial risk. And I said, look, bet on me. I'm gonna take this. I saved, I planned, and I said, I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm gonna bet on my talents. I'm gonna bet on my experience, and I'm gonna bet on the need for lawyers and thinkers like myself out here in our changing world and changing marketplace.
So when were you able to stand on your own and not be of counsel anymore and just work full time on Synergy?
I actually stayed of counsel. I think it's like maybe a year. I spent in that time doing some of counsel work, and I also at the time was doing business development work for the law firm that I worked at. So I was able to also gain that experience for a client, and that was the work there. So about a year I spent time, and then I was able to get my monthly retainers up so that I could keep everything going.
So Nicole, of all the businesses that you could have started, why consulting?
Wow, it seemed to me natural. I think a consultant is a trusted advisor, someone who understands the client that they're working with. I understand the entrepreneur, and I understand where they want to go. I understand their dreams, and entrepreneurs need coaches and advisors and friends and people to help them get further down the field. And so consulting to me is just a natural extension of being a lawyer. It's also a natural extension of how I am interpersonally and how I like to lift others through information and through just experience. So that to me was a fit for consulting.
And it sounds like you've always had this interest, this passion, if you want to call it that. So how did you come up with the idea, though, for the business?
I dreamed it up. I said, if I could do anything in the world, what would I do? Would I go out and work at a large management consulting firm? Would I go get an MBA and work at a large company and go through those on that journey? And I said, you know what? I want to create something. I have a creative spirit, and I wanted to create my own culture. I wanted to create a product and service that fit my philosophy, and I wanted to come out into this world with something that was a fit and a benefit and something that perhaps is missing.
And speaking of your creative spirit, you come from a long line of women who actually have started their own businesses, your great-grandmother, both your grandmothers, and even your mom. So was there any family pressure for you to start your own company?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, everyone starts businesses for different reasons. My great-grandparents are farmers, and they started a business because those were the times and those were the opportunities that were there, and they took those opportunities and bought land and farmed it. My grandmothers are both seamstresses and tailor maids, and so they started their own businesses and had that spirit in them. And then my parents started early education centers and served the community. And as a teenager, I worked with them and saw my mother build her business. And people always talk about the American Express card. She used the American Express card to start her business. That was really
she could be a commercial.
She could be a commercial. She paid her early salaries before she started making revenue, and she did it that way. And so, being a lawyer is definitely something that, as a family, my family's very proud of. Being an entrepreneur, I can see that they are immensely proud of just the work and the creation of the work and the attention to clients and attention to what we're doing in the marketplace.
But has it been an easy process for you?
No. No pain, no gain. I mean, it has not been easy. It has been gut-wrenching. It's been a soul search about me living my purpose, pushing and forcing myself to grow into the woman that I was born to be. And that is not easy. It's not easy to have courage. It's not easy to take risk. It's not easy to leave a salary and car service and, just that life and build something from scratch. That is work, and it's rewarding. It's rewarding even without the rewards that people say, oh, you're not a 100 millionaire yet. No, but I've had a rewarding 4 years as an entrepreneur.
So tell me this, Nicole, during your darkest moments, though, where do you find that courage?
Wow. I'm a spiritual person, so I definitely start there. And then I have a village of people around me who want to see me be successful, and they are there, they are supportive, they are sending me clients, they are sending me wisdoms, they're sending me books. I mean, I have a village around me of people who want to see what I'm doing grow.
So have you reached a point yet where you would consider the company profitable?
I would say it is profitable, but I'm taking all of the profits and I'm reinvesting it into the company. So I've pivoted a little bit. I'm doing consulting, and I'm consulting with other management teams. So I'm partnering up with other teams to do bigger deals, and that's been great. The partnership model does work, and it does help you, increase capacity and increase your level of service. So I am doing that, but I'm also taking what I've learned as a business development advisor, and I'm turning that methodology, the Synergy method, into an app. And so I will be able to share more, give more of how to grow your business, and how success can be attainable through these billionaire strategies that small businesses can adopt and apply.
So an app is in the development very soon, but where do you see Synergy in 5 or 10 years from now?
Wow. I see Synergy as being an influential part of the small business sector, and making sure that small businesses have what they need to grow. And I think if Synergy keeps giving the way that it sees itself giving, the way I envision it giving, it's only going to come back. That's just the law of the universe.
Well, I hope you're right about that, and I know you are, in fact, so good luck with everything. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Spencer.
For more information on this or other topics, subscribe to BloombergLaw.com. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for joining us. Bye, everybody.